It is up, everyone. This is Captain Eon speaking, and I'd like to share from chapter 1, verses 1 to 28. The whole entire chapter, basically, with an emphasis on verse 1 and 28, on the idea of visions of God. I've shared my thoughts and opinions, ideas about what heaven and what God I believe to be like many times before. And as I really just fall more out of love with the things and the ways of this world, I find myself longing for heaven and being with God even more. But then I asked the question, especially after hearing what God has to say about himself through the priest Ezekiel today, that is my idea anything close to how God actually is? And I don't believe it to be so. When I think about heaven and God, I think of beauty and splendor and just fluffy clouds and just extraordinariness. And it's possibly, I believe it to be so, for it'll be a wonderful place, truly. But after hearing what God has to say today, I'm thinking that it is beautiful on a whole nother level than my comprehension. It is so much more grand and greater than I can imagine. And that my idea of heaven and beauty is something far more extravagant than I know, than I can even understand. You know, I'm hearing God say things like, there are like wheels with eyes, and there are four-headed beings, and, you know, bodies with bodies of a man, and feet like, you know, animals, like with hooved feet and things like that. And in my mind, when I'm hearing this and imagining it, it seems weird to me, scary almost even. And maybe it's just because it's on such a whole nother level that it's incomprehensible to me. And as I was reading this and trying to comprehend it, I realized there's no such thing in this mortal frame of mind. And I thought back, or I remembered when there were different people that were shown this glory of God. And it was like they were dead men, as it was described. It was just so much, so overwhelming that it incapacitated. So I really take today's treatment as another reminder for me to just dream less, to stop trying to grasp things that are simply just too high for me, too great, too incomprehensible, and just learn to see him more, because all around me in the mirror are visions of God that are truly beyond compare. Caption this. I spy with my mortal eye a vision of perfection too great to comprehend. Sir.